Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Union Streamcast, coming at you live from the Railhouse in Westville, New Jersey. Got a kick-ass open mic here going on tonight with our former, going way back to the radio days, our former co-host George Almond runs a killer open mic night here on Wednesday evenings. We're here to talk to him about that and some other stuff. And just a quick note to our sponsor, check out Rosenfeld Dental Associates, located at 1095 Inman Avenue in Edison, New Jersey. Go rock your smile with a rock doc. Dave Rosenfeld, nominated one of the top dentists in New Jersey for 2023. Guys, mention CT McManus or Rock and Roll Union. Upon booking your first appointment, you'll get a hell of a savings with that, guys. A lot of great stuff going on. Really excited. Coming up quick is our Rock for Recovery, man. We are under a month until the big Rock for Recovery going on at the Landis Theater, November 12th. We have killer bands for that. We have Black Rose Rebellion, Psychedelic Elders. We also have Pure Petty and the Prince Tribute. You guys got to come out and give respect for Prince, for Tom Petty, and all kinds of stuff going on with that, guys. We're going to be running through all that straight through October. We're going to have all the guests involved with the Rock for Recovery. Once again, that is November 12th, 2023. At the Landis Theater, there is no charge for admission, guys. That is a big thing. No charge for admission means that, you guys have no charge for parking either. So you want to get out to a great show. We're talking tributes to Prince, tributes to Tom Petty, and two killer original bands. Get out and check this out, guys. We're going to have people giving out Narcan. We're going to have the biggest shout out for Stop the Heroin. Great organization out of Jersey, guys. Really excited. We're going to have quick, pretty soon. They're setting up the open mic now. George Almond will be joining us. My co-host Chuck Thomas will be along momentarily. Really nice establishment. Make sure you get out here. You check it out. Yes, that is Controversy and Pure Petty, guys. Really excited for that. And like I said, no charge for admission. Come out. I expect to see all you guys out there. It's a Sunday afternoon, 12 to 6. And looking on the football schedule, I'm really hoping that we don't run up against a Eagles game. If we do, we'll make sure that it's playing somewhere so you guys can watch it. Really hoping that you guys all come out, pay attention to that. So November 12th. No, there is no Eagles game that week. How great is that? So you guys don't even have an Eagles game to worry about that week. Oh, shit. Frankie James is coming out tonight, man. Excited for that as well. I'll be bringing him on board. If you guys saw the episode we did live at the Dead Daisies show, he was with us that night with Gets and Resonators. So really excited for everything coming down the pike, man. And really hoping that all you guys out there are having a great week. We're going into fall. The weather's changing. We can feel it. And just so many good things happening, guys. So once again, that is November 12th at the Landis Theater. That is going to be our first event in a long time, guys. First event in, I'd say, 3 months. So you want to get out there and check that out. Like I said, George Almond will be with us momentarily. He's up there setting things up for the open mic. Come by. We're at the Railhouse in Westville, New Jersey. Come by. Do the open mic. They do a great job here. They just recently started doing this, I want to say maybe 2 months ago. And George Almond, of course, goes back to our radio days, man. He was a co-host in 2018. Sorry about that. My phone ringing. My 4-year-old loves to FaceTime me for some reason. But anyway, George Almond will be along with us momentarily, guys. Sorry for getting this slow start to the show going on. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, any comments, any ideas for the Rock for Recovery, you can hear the drums in the back. Any idea? Here we go. Speaking of Landis Theater, not only is it beautiful and well staffed, an amazing venue to see a band, but Land of Oz is playing there October 7th. This has to be Steve, man. I'll tell you what. I got to pull up the Facebook feed. This is how, guys, I pull up the Facebook feed. If you guys don't put your name, take you 30 seconds to put your name in there, guys. Get your name into stream it so I know who I'm talking to. And how it's Christy. Hey, Christy. So, yeah, man, absolutely. It is. I plan on being there. I tell everybody if you love Ozzy, you got to check out the Land of Oz, and they hacked the place, man. I got to tell you, the last time was phenomenal. They really give you that Ozzy quality, circa 1987 Ozzy. Hello to my friend Jim Deputy, man. 20,000 light LED screen, man. Heck yeah, I'm telling you, I'm really excited because this coming Saturday at the Landis is Brain Damage, and they're going to be playing Animals. Lynch Mob, yes, Lynch Mob is coming. We're going to have them on. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, so I started doing a show called Live at Landis with both Ray Mamrek, the owner of the Landis, Steve, the creative director, and KC, who is the head of KC Rays. And we had we are plugging everything Landis Theater, so we're going to be talking to Lynch Mob on Monday. We got Lynch Mob coming on. We got the boys from Flying Circus coming on as well, talking about Mutt, and hopefully we'll get Donnie along with that as well. October is sick at the Landis Theater, full, chock full of all locals. And this is something that we needed for quite some time, guys. I'm telling you, no one gives to the local scene like the Landis, and nobody puts on production like the Landis. So just really excited to get over there. We're going to be working. They're going to be working on getting that pig flying. So that's going to be a good show. They're doing Animals in its entirety. You also have Zillion Dollar Babies. That's another big show I'm excited about, coming up October 21st at the Landis. And honestly, I have gotten to the point. I went and saw Alice Cooper at Jones Beach. Love Jones Beach. Probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite place that I have to see a show. I'm talking out on the water. You see the ocean on one side, you see the bay on the other, and it is an amazing place. Outside of going there, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere else for live shows as far as the big ones are concerned. And there's not many left that I'm going to go to anyway. My Christy, I'm going to bring some baked goods to Rock for Recovery. Oh, hell yeah, man. Guys, make sure you check out Miss K's Cupcakes, man. They worked with us at the Sick Vicky show. Delicious. Holidays are coming up. Fall's here. And fall, winter, going into the Christmas season. Make sure you check out Miss K's Cupcakes, man. They do a great job. Very affordable, very professionally done. Make sure you get out there and check them out as well. Like I said, just wait for Almond to get done setting up what he's setting up, waiting for my boy Chuck Thomas to get here as well. So just moving and grooving, guys, man. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping you guys have a good week right now. Some people, the teachers that I know, were just finally getting back into the swing of things. I'm 3 weeks in, and things are going pretty well right now. But yeah, guys, so much good stuff going on. I wanted to see what you guys thought. If you want to post anything, I saw that the founder of Rolling Stone magazine was just thrown out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That surprised me due to some of his comments towards women. And so if you need to talk some more, I just saw Struts and Shine down at Ocean City, Maryland. Love the Struts, man. I've seen the Struts. Believe it or not, I saw them. God, I want to say I saw them about 4 or 5 years ago. It might be longer than that at this point. But about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw them play Dover Racetrack. Took my son to NASCAR. He's a big NASCAR fan. I'm not really into cars, but it's his thing. So I took him down for that. And there were about maybe 100 people around the stage. It was wide open field. So that it didn't look that great. And then after that, I saw the Struts at Philly Live outside, and they were fantastic. Somebody says Bottle and Cork they saw them at. I keep hearing great things about Bottle and Cork. I want to know what's going on with that place. I heard it's a great show. I also heard that there's some Rams Head Live down there. It's good too. Never been to Rams Head Live. The only place I've been to in Maryland as far as shows are concerned is Columbia, Maryland, the Merriweather Post Pavilion for Embray, of course. Tickets were $35. Oh my God. Got some cowbell going on behind me. But $35, man. I will say Columbia, Maryland, Merriweather Post Pavilion will always have a special near and dear place in my heart because that was the last place I saw Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefers live. That was my 26th show. Can't believe that Jimmy's gone. If you're not into the Parrot Head thing, if you don't quite get it, I understand. But for a lot of us, it was life. If any of you guys are watching, you want to go back and check out the Parrot Head memorial service that we did for Jimmy a couple, going on 3 weeks back already. So time's just flying. Time's going quick. And waiting to get this son of a bitch back over here. He got his hands full. But just want to really give a heads up. Big shout out to all the people that are out there keeping rock union, keeping rock alive, keeping music alive, guys. And man, trying to think, looking ahead at the events calendar, I want to throw some praise out there to some other folks while I got the time. Usually we're not at a loss for time like we are right now, but I'm looking at some of the stuff that's going on. Skippy's Toy is playing this Friday at the Tap Room. Let's see what else we got going on, guys. I am really attempting to do an interview. I haven't been cleared for it yet, but I'm going to a house show at a place called Conchi Joe's this Sunday. Sonny Jim is a trop rocker. I'm hoping to catch an interview with him. What's really cool with that whole scene is that they play live in people's backyards. All the money goes to the artist. Everybody brings their own drink, BYOB, and brings a little snack to put on the food table. And that's how we do it, man. It's a great time. Once again, I said Zillion Dollar Babies at the Landis October 21st. And believe it or not, you also have Flying Circus September 30th. Really waiting for that. Like I said, guys, just get out there. I think we have a train. This is hilarious. My first time here, I guess is why they call it the Railhouse. The train's going by now. Bear with us for 1 second, guys. We will be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to try and steal this guy.
Changed everything.
believe it?
Yeah.
Guys, we are back at the Railhouse, Westville, New Jersey. We got this son of a bitch with guys, George Almond, open mic night, man. How's it been? How's it been going here? And
Open mic, I call it Drink and Jam.
jam. There you go.
I came up with that back in 2006. So this is not my first open mic, but it's my first one in 7 years. What was your question again? Oh, it's been going all right. I started it in like mid-June, which is like the worst time to start an open mic.
Right.
So,
The summer.
no, actually it was mid-July. Sorry.
Okay.
And it was okay for the first few weeks, but the summer kind of slowed it down a bit, but they were still making money, they said, and I was still getting a lot of people. I was getting a lot of jammers, not like a whole lot of just everyday people, but I'm starting to get that now too. I'm trying to cater to both the jammers and the musicians. So Labor Day, it slowed down, but the last couple of weeks have been pretty good now. So I think it's gonna be picking up now that the fall's happening.
Now you guys play backdrop for anybody coming in, am I right?
Yeah, so I have myself and 4 other guys that help me out. I host it, I run it, I put it together, I set up the PA. I have a guitar, 2 guitar players that bring guitar rigs. I have a bass player that brings a bass rig, and a drummer that brings a drum set. So the bar gives me a budget, and I make it work. So
anybody coming in can pretty much plug and
yeah,
play.
so there's a whole back line. Everything's there. You can bring acoustic duos. You can bring your band. You can just come yourself and team with a bunch of people. That's my specialty, is getting people that don't really play together.
That's all.
Just putting it together. But tonight's the first night that I'm doing a featured band. And what that means, it's not a house band, it's a featured band, which means the only thing I really can provide for them is the hopes that maybe they might get a weekend gig out of it. So that the house band, not the house band, the feature band will play from 9 to 9:30. They get a half hour. The rule of thumb is like if all jammers or bands 3 songs, depending on how busy it is. So I do have a feature band for the first time. I'm going to start having that every week. And the powers that be here at the bar will look at them and see if they want to do a weekend gig here for money. They do pretty well here on the weekends now. People that do come here now come here on the weekends. So it kind of has a residual effect. It's not just the Wednesday. I'm starting to see people here on the weekends that are here on Wednesdays.
Now, I've had some people, and I really like the idea of it being almost a little audition to maybe come back and play for a bigger audience or a weekend gig.
Well, that's not exactly like
But I've seen some people that complained about it that say it's kind of like a ripoff or this or that. I like the idea. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the idea.
I don't like asking any band or anybody to do anything for free.
Right.
I've done open mics where I had a little bit of a budget where I could give them something. I don't have that right now, but the bar's actively looking for bands to play here. So this is just one festival to get in. It doesn't mean you have to do it. You don't have to come here and audition for it, but it can only help.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt your chances, but you don't have to do that. I just provide it. It's Wednesday night. I provide it from 9 o'clock to 9:30 in the featured act, and I make sure I get everybody up that shows up. I barely play at all, like myself. Like I play drums, and my job is to not play. My job, and so are the guys in the band. I mean, the guys in the house band. That's the difference between the house band and the feature band. I have a house musicians every week, the same 4 guys, and they're paid to be here and bring their stuff. They're here, and they know that they're at my disposal if I need them or if I need them to step back and hang out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, bass, guitar, like Bob, who's up there now, he sings and plays guitar. So that's a pretty big asset. I could use it for a lot of people. Are like, oh, do you know the song? Do you have any? When people are asking me about songs, I can use him. Drums. A lot of times I'll get like 5 drummers here, and the drummer will play like one song all night. But he knows that, and he's okay with that.
The other question I have is, you ever have anybody kind of treat the open mic like drunken karaoke? Have you ever had issues where people just shouldn't be.
You know, I never really had a big problem with somebody really drunk and disorderly up there. And if so, I somehow seem to work it out, like I could tell if they're really drunk or, I never really had that issue. I know other open mic people did. And I even see stuff on Facebook where they're writing like, don't be coming to an open mic all drunk and expecting to sing, where I'll be like, yeah, get up there.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
hey, if you sound like that, that's going to make other people say, well, hell, I can get up there.
Right.
You can't see the people that I like that come here are the ones that don't have bands and want to sing and get up there. People who come here that have bands already, a lot of times they just say, hey, man, I play every week and I don't have to go up there, but if you need somebody to help me, sometimes I get that because they know the deal, I'm trying to get people up here that don't normally have a band or, we're in between bands or whatever. And to be honest with you, sometimes if they're just okay, that makes other people go, oh, well, I can do it. That we're apprehensive of getting up at first. Yeah, because like at first I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to get up there. Then they hear a couple people singing, I go, oh, hell, I can get up there, man.
But I mean, honestly, the alcohol helps lose the inhibitions. It helps loosen you up sometimes.
That's why I don't really fight it in the beginning. I will go back to them later. Go, come on. I got two guys that know the song, right. And then they're like, all right.
But yeah, I gotta totally appreciate the idea of like various members just kind of jamming together, like.
Right. Well, so I have a couple girls that come here like every week, and I get to a point where I know what everybody can do, especially the regulars, and I'll start pairing them up with some like this one girl comes in. I know the 3 songs she knows. So then right away when I see her walk through the door, I'm already going around to the musicians and the ones that are here for the jam, not the house musicians, and see if they know any of her songs. So I'm like already on it before she even signs up.
Speaking of that, is there any songs that are like popular that like, God, we're playing this one again?
Oh yeah, you'll hear like a lot of Skinner songs, especially like "Call Me the Breeze." You'll hear "Hard to Handle" a lot. Yeah, you hear a lot of like bluesy kind of stuff, But I actually work on getting these people to do different songs. Like the girls I was talking about, they do like "Lights" from Journey. In Excess, they do an Excess song, and now I got everybody here playing in Excess that any of them like you wouldn't have that. Like I could do that every week now because I got a couple of different people I know it that are here. I remember who does what, and I try to get it. Well, yeah, you don't hear those same songs all the time because I talked to a guy from an open mic a few weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't get people to stop playing the same songs," And I still get that now, but not as much. Like I find the regulars that come out and I say, "Yeah, learn this song, man," or learn this one because somebody wants to learn this, and they don't do that here. It's a learning.
Gotcha.
Let's
talk about is it Stock?
Yeah, it's Rostock. Now, the guy that you really should talk to about, he's not here yet. The only thing I know about it is he can fill you in better because he actually knows the guy. My friend Paul that's coming here that's going to play tonight. Which, by the way, the feature band tonight is Empire Diaries, and this band is playing this benefit.
That's awesome.
Up. They're playing the benefit this Sunday, but we're doing our half-hour thing tonight. And we're doing anyway. You asked about the benefit, so this guy used to go see back in the day, like I'll talk about like 80s and early 90s. This guy used to go to like the Empire, to the Galaxy, and go see all these bands. Some of them even before they got signed, like Britney Fox, Cinderella, Heaven's Edge, Tease, Buff House, and so I don't know what exactly. There's something to do with hospital bus. Like I said, we got to get Paul here for that because he actually was friends with us.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to say something and get the wrong impression on what it's totally about, but I can tell you what the band is doing there. We're gonna do a full set at this benefit, which is at Tom and Jerry's.
Guys, we got some crazy fucking people showing up.
My man. We're live doing it. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Frankie, how we doing? Oh, I know about your birds. How you doing? What's going on? We got the show going on here.
You got
right?
Chuck finally back with us. But we were just talking about Rostock.
We'll wait till Paul. What you got? we'll continue that conversation then. But if you want to talk to these guys for a minute, that'd be great.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry to jump on your thing here.
No, no, man.
We'll wait for somebody anyway.
And he's setting up the. Are you still setting up? No, come on in.
There we go. We got some light. We got some flowers. How we doing, everybody? I did a little shave, John. I don't know if you noticed that, CC McManus. All right, it actually, listen, I'm ready for the boardroom and the bedroom.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So this is our first time meeting.
Yes, sir.
Nice surprise, right? I've been going back and forth. I was like, I got to get to New Jersey. I got to see my guy. And then breaking news hit that you were actually doing a show here.
Oh, yeah.
So I packed up the bag, got the camera, and I got my ass here. Appreciate that, Facebook user. Make sure you allow StreamYard access to your information.
Yes.
He always puts it in there, okay? He always puts it in there.
Guys,
But
like I was
I have a
saying
couple
earlier.
of treats for you, too. So I'm going to go get you a little something.
Oh, man. But Chuck, man, it's been a while. How you been? You look good,
How
bro.
are you?
Look good.
Too.
But
What's going on?
not much, man. So much stuff coming up at the Landis.
See,
I saw you're doing you're still doing the open mic over there, right?
sir. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We got October is like
Jam.
local month.
Yeah, see.
I mean, but
Bunch of those shows.
oh my god, between Zillion Dollar Babies,
Yeah,
As We
boy.
Become Ghosts. I mean, it's all local.
And Flying
these
Circus,
days, man.
too,
Flying
next week.
Circuit. Oh, I'm excited for it. Yeah, they're coming on my Landis show on Monday.
Big things coming.
Oh,
Big
dude,
things.
yeah, it's gonna be a great
It's
time.
good, it's good season for it, It's
Hell
good,
yeah.
it's good season for shows. I see a lot of I know that Gets and Resonators have a show this weekend.
Where they playing?
Irish Highs.
Irish Eyes. All right.
Yeah, so and then we have a show October 13th with Gets and the Resonators, Bam and the Fuckers do, at the Riverside in October 13th.
There's Riverside. I feel like okay. Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Awesome.
So be there. Yeah, it's a lot of sugar. Exciting.
Now the Riverside show, is that a weekend show?
Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah, Friday 13th.
Yeah, dude, I gotta get out.
Dude, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think I got any
Yep.
skills
Good
that
show.
day either.
Cool. Good.
That's
Love to
awesome.
see it. What's how's things? You all right?
Going good, man.
think the
Going
shirt.
good. Yeah, I if you saw on Facebook, I was a big Jimmy Buffett fan,
Yes.
big Parrot Head. I haven't worn anything but Hawaiian shirts since the day he died. Like
That's
it's
good.
just
Rest in
But,
peace, Jimmy.
yeah, dude, it's been a good time, and I'm glad you're back.
I see you got a haircut. You look
Yeah,
all slimmed
dude.
down. Hey, you look so different.
Dude, I got back to,
It's been that long, but it feels like it's been.
I got back to working in the school district, so I had to
cool.
clean it up a little bit.
It's the
but,
season.
Yeah, that's it.
So
But,
who do we got coming tonight?
we have George Almond's coming. Then they're doing we're doing a plug for a thing called Rust Stock, which is Sunday.
Oh, cool.
For a member of the rock community, local rock community. I'm not sure what person, but they're doing a show. I know Instinct's involved. I know Rat Rod's involved.
Oh, nice.
I forget exactly what other. The band that they have playing tonight for their featured artist spot is playing at. So we're waiting for that. Empire.
She better. I did see it. I did see it.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I'm cheating, guys. So good, bad motherfucker stuff coming on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's about to be the season. Bad motherfucker season is upon us, as always.
I saw your fellow bad motherfuckers here too.
Yeah, Dylan's here as well. Mike, Dylan, and Caesar should be showing up. I think we're bringing out the right carpet.
Good shit.
That's why I had to with open mic, because I was with Dylan and you said you were coming here, and I was like, oh yeah, it's open mic night there. So we bad motherfuckered it up.
Yeah. The funny thing is going back to, God, I'm still trying to find this on my event. Going back to when I was doing radio, George Almond was my co-host on radio. So I had to plug him for his open mic, man. He's been busting his ass here. And
Yeah, we came
doing
here
a fine job at it.
a couple months ago. We played here while Dylan was in Europe. So it had to have been May, probably.
Yeah, I think that might have been before him. I think he started his open mic in July.
Okay, maybe it was early July.
Yeah.
Hey, man, could have been,
That was probably towards the very beginning of him doing it.
Yeah, I forget why we came here for a reason. There was something going on, and there's a bunch of people here. Yeah, it's pretty good turnout regularly, from what I understand.
Yeah, I was here when I came here in July. It was packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
Well, that was the same night we were 3. Nah, it couldn't have been. Sure, we were.
So I got to ask you for all the people that are hating.
Sure.
Oh, dude.
Where's your USB?
And maybe what do you got? What do you got to ask? I'm curious.
About your experience at the Nickelback show.
All right. So, I was a known Nickelback hater. Okay, full admitted. Dude, their show was fantastic. They put on a great show. It was like hit after hit, whether I liked them or not. It was one of those shows that like I never listened to the Nickelback song voluntarily, but I knew all the words.
Right,
you know? And what I was mostly impressed by was the crowd. For one, if your band is accepted by women, if chicks are at your show, guaranteed you're going to do well.
Hell yeah.
Guaranteed. And it was like 60-40, probably 70-30 maybe.
And that's the way
It was flops, like groups of women, 10, 12. You hardly see that at shows with like no guy, it's like a group of girls.
That's the thing the guys got to go to.
Yeah. Come on. And no, it was funny because going in, I was like, like I said, I'm a hater. I totally am. I still think Chad Kroger sold his soul. The dude looks like he looks younger now than he did when they came out. Plus the Avril Lavigne connection, the dude sold his soul. But that's okay because they did a fantastic job, man. Their set was incredible, very consistent. It looks easy, but still, it was a lot of fun. And tell you what, dude, there wasn't one song in the set, even the left top of the band. There wasn't one song in the set that didn't have 90% of the crowd singing along.
Sorry, buddy.
We have some tech upgrading going on while we speak. But
You don't play around. But yeah, man, I was a hater. Now, I wanted to ask you, why don't you like me?
it's not that I don't like Nickelback. I think that they catch a lot of unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
I wonder sometimes. I mean, they're not 100%. Yeah, because we don't get enough players. And I agree. And that's the thing. That's why I was met by the crowd, man. The crowd was fantastic.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Put your hands on. I bet that sounds a lot more clear now, doesn't it? You guys can both sit there and talk right into that. We'll pick you guys both up.
I keep it the second upgrade.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh, sounds great, man. Professional.
Can you hear
So-
both of us?
Yeah, I hear myself, but
So and that's what I was saying. Any band that turns people on the rock music, dude, and it was a family oriented crowd, which means that people are getting turned on to rock.
now here's the thing that I understand. So Nickelback has always gotten a lot of. They've always gotten a lot of people hating them for whatever reason, but to me, there's other bands out there that should be getting that heat. As
I
far
agree.
from the rock community,
I agree.
like to me, Imagine Dragons. I have more of a friggin' problem with Imagine Dragons than I do Nickelback.
21 Pilots, not a big fan of them.
No,
I mean, that's a rap group. I don't know how they consider them a rock group, but it's a rap group. That's a 90s rap group, dude. But yeah, I agree. But the hate has helped Nickelback. I always said this: they sell millions of albums, they sell out shows across the country, but yet I don't know a Nickelback fan. Like everybody I know is a big fan of music. Every single person I know, but I don't know any Nickelback fans. Somebody is lying.
yeah, you're right.
Somebody's fucking lying.
When they're selling all those albums,
Millions of albums immediately too. I mean, come on. I like I said, every one of my friends is a rock fan in the rock bands. I don't know one Nickelback fan. That's bullshit. I don't think that's true.
and dude,
Somebody lying.
going back to the bar days, the club days, the idea was to get the women in the club,
And
to get the women shaking their ass so that the guys would follow. The guys would. I mean, that was the whole point of it.
it was it was one of those shows where like my head was a swivel the whole time because I was like, dude, I couldn't believe the crowd. It wasn't even that they were like attractive girls. It was just the amount of women that were surrounding us was insane. It was insane. The funny story, there was a guy next to us that was pretty drunk. And we were with Flava Dave, our mascot, Bad Motherfuckers mascot.
But the guy next to us, super drunk, and he dropped a bunch of stuff during the opening band set. Now I don't remember what the opening band name was, but I'll get back to that in a minute. But this dude is looking for his stuff, right? He's got his phone in his hand. He's using his phone flashlight to look for his stuff. And he goes, "Where's my phone?" So Dave goes, "Hey, it's in your hand, buddy." And the guy looks and he's super drunk. And he's like, "Oh." And I swear to God, he looks right at Dave and goes, "You're a bad motherfucker." And I was, dude, I almost fell off the chair. I was like, "Did he say bad motherfucker?" He was like, "He did. He did." I was like, "Dude, that's fucking great." That, clearly, obviously, the guy didn't know that. But the opening bands, what the hell were their names? So they were billed as the two opening bands were billed as country artists, which I thought was interesting. That Nickelback has clearly made this transformation into country. I didn't really catch that, but it made sense because country was a very loose term with these bands. They sounded like Nickelback, maybe a little more country twang to it.
Gotcha.
But dude, they sounded like that when we first came out. They sounded like kind of like a Nickelback song, a regular popular song from them. At one point, the guy was rapping. He was doing that white boy rap thing where it was like, it's not very good, but like nobody here listens to rap, so everybody's like, "Yeah, it's fucking awesome." I always say that it's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
Was it like the hip hop kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly that, which is crazy to me. That's crazy to me that exists. But I couldn't believe how many different genres. And then, so in the midst of them rapping, them sounding like country Nickelback, they did a group of covers. They did Korn, Blinds. They did My Own Summer by Deftones. They did one of the Godsmack songs, Stay Away or Get Away, one of them. A Shinedown song. It was a wild mix of new metal and like classic rock. It was weird.
So
It was
weird for
strange.
country artists.
Right. It was strange, and it proved the theory that nobody can cover Korn. Like their sound is just too dynamic. That if your band doesn't sound like that, you can't play Blinds like it sounds. And that's exactly what happened. It sounded like those like lullaby CDs.
Yeah.
It sort of sounded like that, or like the old school ringtones. That it kind of had this real cheesy feel to it. Didn't have that like that low end. The bass player was just doing like the guitar lines. It had that like boom. That bassy, and like it was strange to see that they pulled it out. Like I said, their influences were wide range, dude. It was crazy, but dude, I was blown away, man. I was impressed. I really was. I'm no longer a Nickelback hater. I'm not a Nickelback fan.
Right.
But I was.
Yeah, I've
impressed.
never been
Thoroughly impressed.
I'm like you. I've never been a Nickelback hater. I just they're not my thing.
Oh no, I was.
But
I was.
yeah, I was.
It's a funny story. I was hanging out with LeJohn from Seven Dust.
Okay.
This was years ago, and they had just toured with Nickelback maybe a year earlier. And I'm super drunk sitting on this bus with them, and we're just partying and hanging out. And I was like, I don't understand why you guys are on the radio. You have everything that needs to be there. You're catchy, you're consistent, all these things. You guys could be a big radio band if people allow it,
Right.
And I said, if I went, fucking Nickelback can make it. If fucking Nickelback could be that famous, so can you guys. And LeJohn looks at me and he goes, "Those are my friends." And I was like, "Well, they're all right." Pretty funny, but he laughed, and he was the first one that told me, from a behind the scenes perspective, he was like, "Dude, they love that they get hated. Like that shit brings them so much
Yes,
attention and
it
money.
does.
It's crazy, dude. We live in a society where negativity sells.
It sucks, man.
And people will click on a Nickelback. I don't know if there was a rapper a few years ago. His name was Slim Jesus. Okay. He was a little white kid, right? Admittedly, everything in his video was fake. Obviously. He was a young kid. He looked like he was 15, 16 years old. This video, so I posted one time to tell people not to go watch this guy's video. I said, do not. This guy is offensive to hip hop. He's offensive to black people, white people, everybody across the board. Do not give this man any hits, right? I'll tell you what, for 2 weeks, this post was still getting attention. People were like, "Oh, I never heard of this guy, but I went and checked out his video." So because I said, don't do it, people were going to do it. I'm like, I was complaining to a couple people like, "You motherfuckers don't listen to my video. You don't watch my video, but I tell you not to watch Slim Jesus."
Right.
You're on it like that. Like people that I didn't even know were paying attention to what I post, It's like people I hadn't talked to in forever. And they're like, "Oh, I checked this guy out. You're right. He's ridiculous. Like, yeah, I told you. Like,
Yeah.
but negativity sells, man. It's crazy.
That's it, man.
It's crazy.
And
So hopefully everybody hates the bad motherfuckers. Please hate away because we're good with that. We're okay with that. That's what we're making. That's what we're here for.
man,
Hate the rock and roll union. Hate all of it.
all of it.
Hate all of it. Everything we do. Hate it.
Now, are bad motherfuckers jamming tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think Caesar's supposed to be here momentarily, I believe. And once that's to go, then that means all bad motherfuckers are on deck.
Hell yeah, man.
So-
You guys got to get out here, man. Railhouse, Westville, New Jersey, man. Good spot.
Great food, by the way.
Looking
food.
at a couple of the comments, Jim was saying the hitmakers. Yes, Nickelback are hitmakers.
Yeah, man.
And here's the problem that I have is, are we kind of an elitist group as far as rock bands, as far as hating bands like Nickelback, to the point where rock's not growing because we hate things
That's a good point. I mean, I think mainly bands like that get hated because they don't have that edge to them. You know, like we're rock bands that like a bit of a harder edge or like a punch, you know,
Right.
and they don't really have that. And it doesn't make them any less of a rock band, I guess, but it makes us less. They're less appealing to us because
But like, with that being said, I mean, did Def Leppard really have that much of a punch?
no, but rock and metal was a little different then too.
Yeah, you're
where
right.
they could slide in that kind of quote unquote bubblegum sound and it works, you know. But I mean, you know, Def Leppard now still fantastic, dude. I still those songs, still love those songs. Assyria is still a great album. That's a good example though, because they weren't. It's like the same. That's the same exact thing. They didn't have that edge.
Yeah, that's it.
But a lot of people didn't like Pour Some Sugar on Me either. Though.
No,
Were you a big
that's
fan?
still-
I was young.
I was never a Def Leppard
I was
fan.
10 when Hysteria came out, something like that. So I was really young. So I was fan by default because they were aiming for us. You know,
I
they were
was
aiming for
never
us.
it's easier screen wise
Screen?
for us to stand. Yeah, it looks better.
Sure.
Trying to get a seat here, guys. Oh, there it goes. Put yourself right in the middle there. But we're talking about bands and people hating bands and people.
How do you feel about Nickelback?
Well, you already know. As soon as you told me that
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
big
going,
fan.
listen, they got hits. And when I go to a show, first of all, I don't go to a lot of shows. There's two bands I'll pay to go see: Pearl Jam, Dave Matthews. I
Which
have the opportunity.
determines his validity for the rest of the statements.
Yeah, no, minus that. But Nickelback had like every song's a hit. You could sing and dance to every song. It's where people will shave it something like this to hide themselves to go see Nickelback because they don't want people to realize who I am. Why do you think I did this, CT? I mean, let's get serious here.
I do have a video of Mike rocking the fuck out during.
Oh,
Nickelback,
yeah.
and I'm breaking this fucking ransom, dude.
But it's I love them. I'm a huge fan of the band. I mean, I like my genre of music changes from like freestyle music to rock and roll to country to once again from Pearl Jam to Dave Matthews, and you throw a little Bush in the middle.
Is there a band that you hate? Like that
I-
band that you don't like?
yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
it's notoriously hated.
I wouldn't say hate, but I don't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Was never a fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Just wasn't a big fan of the music. And Rolling Stones, not a big Stones guy. Not a big. Painted Black, good song. I like some of their tunes, but the band I would never go see them. But then
I've
I
seen
can.
them 4 times.
That's
fantastic.
and I know that some people here are pretty big
It's
Stones
so
fans.
unreal for the Chili Peppers because I feel like the Chili Peppers had 2 careers. I feel like before Anthony cut his hair and after Anthony cut his hair.
Before
And I
complication.
love before he cut his hair. When his hair was still long, they kicked ass. Like,
I thought I'm a big fan, so I'm a little biased, but I thought that they grew up and their music kind of grew with them, which is difficult for. Again, it goes back to the rock thing. What you liked about the Chili Peppers changed a little bit. They don't do that as much, so it doesn't
Yeah.
appeal to you as much.
I'll tell you two
Same idea
bands
with
that
Nickelback.
I love is Chalk and the Band Motherfuckers and Gets and the Resonators. With the Up to No Good show that's coming up October 13th, make sure everybody gets there at Riverside. It's going to be a great time. Never know, maybe you might walk in.
He's probably gonna come. Yeah.
I want you there. I want them there setting up and setting up shop, and we
We can
have
do a
Rock and
podcast,
Roll
really.
Union.
hell yeah,
That's
man.
all,
do a
we've
podcast
been
there.
talking. We talked a couple times this week, actually. and he just didn't know that we were going to have the unveiling of the face-to-face meeting between me and CT McManus. Hold on 1 second.
He said he's gonna be shaking hands and kissing babies. I was like, I don't think.
Well, I hurt my
anybody's gonna
wrist. I
do that.
told you, per 30, he hurt my
When-
wrist.
when
My
you
dog.
gotta- Yeah, it's
Hurt
dogs.
my dog, per 30. He hurt my wrist. That's his name.
It's that 70s porn look.
Yeah.
It's
John Holmes, like,
it screams chirping in ice hockey. When people in ice hockey players see this, they're like, "Don't mess with that guy." I'll do a lot of this on the ice. Ask him, he'll tell
You
you.
gotta
Those are
lose
hot
some
dogs.
teeth, though.
No, that's one thing that we can't do. I'll be looking like Plefka over there. We don't want that. No disrespect. Love you, brother. Shout out to the base. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Nickelback's A-OK in my book, boys.
So,
Def Leppard.
it's one of those bands you can't get away from.
Big fan, but like I said, I was a kid. So Tab was maybe when the Stereo came out in '89, I think, right? So I was 10.
I got into an argument in high school over who was better, Aerosmith or Def Leppard. And I'm more an Aerosmith fan.
That's a weird
But
comparison.
I always, because of Pour Some Sugar on Me, like talked about how bad and commercial they were.
Right.
And then fucking Aerosmith comes out with Don't Want to Miss a Thing. And I couldn't say another word for the rest of my life.
Which I'd read, I believe it was in Slash's book. I'd read that Aerosmith had stopped writing their own music at Get a Grip.
Well, they still wrote their own music. I mean, they had
You'd
more.
say that they had more of a influence
Yeah.
from
They
the
still had
label.
co-writers.
Yeah,
and
from the
stuff.
label, and that's when all those hits like Crying and Amazing, which I thought was great. Again, I was young, but
Yeah.
but the stuff was, I mean, that was a solid album that was another band. They brought more attention to rock music,
Yeah.
because they had a legendary status. I mean, my stepdad loved them, and they had that like homegrown, like Sweet Emotions, all
Yeah.
that shit was already made its mark. And then they came out and dude, they blew the doors off with Get a Grip, and then I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. That shit was huge.
I will say it's kind of crazy seeing them cancel the tour or dates off the tour because Steven Tyler's vocals are bleeding now.
Really, I didn't know that. Did you make it to the?
I did.
How
I
was it?
went. It was good.
2 weeks ago,
it was
right? Something like that.
yeah. So I think September 1st
Okay.
or 2nd. I think it was the
So it was
2nd.
3. Wow.
But it was my 9th time seeing him. But it felt like it was the same old same. There was nothing that they pulled out. If this is your farewell tour, I
Yeah.
want to see some
Yeah, it
stuff
was
you
just
haven't done.
Yeah.
I want to see digging
Something-
deep in the
something-
catalog.
Yeah, play something you haven't played in 30 years.
And this
something.
was all like the same show I saw 9 times ago. Like
Did you see them score that for Don't Want to Miss a Thing? I think it was 99. They were with Goo Goo Dolls.
I didn't see him with the Goo Goo Dolls,
Dude.
but I want to say 99 was probably the 9 Lives tour.
So maybe it was 98. It was Don't Want to Miss a Thing was there. That was what they were promoting. in the
Yeah,
summer.
that was a big single. That was a single
That
off
was
the
their-
Armageddon sound.
Right, which is like that was their big push. I thought it was strange that they were touring off of a single, pretty much.
Yeah.
But dude, the Goo Goo Dolls, I mean, back to back, they were fucking fantastic. So both bands were incredible. Had to have been 98.
Unfortunately, Aerosmith got lazy in their career.
Oh, they
I
definitely
really
did.
feel they got lazy. They got really content with what they had out. I mean,
Yeah.
decades went by that we haven't had. I mean, the last album was Songs from Another Dimension, which was
I didn't even know it
2012.
existed. I didn't even know that existed.
That was the last album they did.
Yeah, you had told me, but you had mentioned that we were talking about that before, and I was like, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, the one before that, Just Push Play. I like that one.
Speaking of, we had talked about this before about the longevity. If you have the long career where you have 20 albums and nobody cares about, or you have the short career that's like
Right.
out of knock out of the park. Have you heard the new Rolling Stones album?
I'll tell you, I haven't heard the album. I just heard this single today for the first
What do you
time.
think?
I wanted to go into it hating it,
Right.
but I fucking love it.
I heard. I didn't hear the whole song. I heard it on a commercial, so I heard a 30-second clip. of it.
It's so good, dude.
Not bad, dude. I'm fairly excited to hear the album.
I don't think the album has come out yet,
No, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's not till October. I think.
Yeah.
It's like second week. in
so
October.
I think they're just releasing that single right now.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because I feel like the last good Stones album that I remember was Voodoo Lounge.
And the
And
video,
that's like, I mean, the Voodoo Lounge, like if you have Stones, like big Stones fans, like Stones, purists, they don't like Voodoo Lounge, but I thought that was a good album.
it's like right there with Steel Wheels.
Yeah, that was right after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was right after that. I think Steel Wheels was 89 and Voodoo Lounge was 94.
What they
So I
did
think they
for
were
the
the two
video,
back-to-back albums.
what they did for this new video was great because it's like throwback to like the sexy women dance.
Oh yeah. I seen it. It was like a bunch of clips, right? It was like
So
them
you
on
have the
billboards
billboard,
and
yeah.
stuff. That's cool, man. That
And
was
then
a
she's
cool
like
one.
rocking out in the car.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And you know, I love the idea of all those guys that are 70s still making the music, dude.
Dude,
It's fantastic. Dude.
no
That's
lie.
cool.
I think I'm looking it up right now. I think Mick Jagger's 80.
He's close. Yeah, he might be.
I think he just turned 80.
I heard that there was a quote. So when Keith was 20,
Yeah, he's 80.
when Keith was 20 years old, he did an interview and he said, "If I'm still playing Start Me Up when I'm 40, I'm going to shoot myself in the face." He's close to 80. He's now doubled that age, you know.
He
He's
looks
doubled-
like he shot himself in the face.
Dude, I remember when he fell out of the tree.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was bummed out because I'm like, this is the fucking way to keep Richard dies, dude. I'm gonna be upset.
He
All those
does.
thugs, and he falls out of the tree, and that's killed him.
He does look like the puppet from Labyrinth.
Yeah, he looks like something from Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like I said, 80 years old, they're still writing music. I don't know the story of who's writing, if they have people helping them or whatever, but pretty something to be said for that. And we're talking about, you know, a song that we like too. Like I said, I'm intrigued. I've been intrigued for Stones album a long time, but I'm pretty excited to hear it.
I mean, as far as new music is concerned, and I gotta say, this story, I'm not sure if you know it. Unless you're a parrot head, you really don't know it. What was crazy to me was when Buffett died, they told everybody he had had cancer for 4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He didn't stop touring. He didn't stop going around until this year when he really couldn't do it.
Right.
And in the process of having stage 4 cancer, he releases a new album.
That's it.
So, and that was like his farewell to the fans, man.
That's
That
what
is
Bowie
like,
did too, right? Bowie
Yeah.
dropped the album the day
Yep.
after he died. Fantastic.
right.
I mean, to be able to keep that secret, you
Yeah.
know,
In
legions of
today's
fans,
day and
people
age,
that,
yeah.
care, you know, like genuinely care about, you know, you as a person. Like I saw your post, it was you know, it's genuine care about somebody. It, like did a lot for your life, you know? Like and for them to be brave enough to make sure they give us every last minute, you know, every last push that they can do, every last show, and then to drop an album the day after. When did Buffett drop it? He's still alive?
Well, yeah, that's funny. The new album hasn't come out yet. Doesn't come out, I think, until November.
Okay.
But the single came out the day he died.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So-
I dig that.
But
Come on in here, you bad motherfucker.
come on in, brother.
What up, y'all?
Hello, bad motherfucker.
We're
How are
discussing
ya?
Rolling Stones, their new album.
Haven't heard any of it. I'm
That's
no
what-
good for
that's
this
what I'm saying.
conversation.
Yeah, but we're saying that, like, you know, it's
The single's out. The
dude,
new album's
Jagger's
not
8
out.
years old. They're fucking still putting out new music. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Anybody who sold their souls to the devil was the fucking Stones.
They're doing
dude.
why? Yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well right now. You know,
Like never,
Seriously.
like never mind being able to go out there and perform the songs that you wrote 50 years ago. Like you're still writing new material and touring new material. Like at 80 years old, that's pretty impressive.
And you know, we talked about that. We talked about the idea of, do you want to add more music to the end of your legacy now that you're this old and you're riding it out? They didn't have to release new music. They
like I said,
decided to do this. So
Theoretically, if they can write shit that slaps as hard as their older stuff, that's gonna live on just like their older stuff. This will be more current and, by theory, live on longer. Maybe.
maybe, yeah. Very good. Actually, it's a good question. I asked CT, what would you rather have? So don't use the bands as an example. You're not the exact band, but just their legacy. Would you rather have a band like Nirvana, who had a short-lived career, 4 albums, people loved everything they put out, or would you rather have a career like the Stones, where you have like 3 decades worth of music no one gives a shit about, and you're still relevant, you're still touring?
That, and as far as legacy goes, that's a really good question. I would come back to me on it and let me think on it.
People, you know, revere
The legacy,
they love Kurt Cobain.
the legacy.
Legacy is
I would love the legacy. I would love the legacy of Nirvana. I just want to be alive.
That's the thing. You don't have to necessarily die. It's just
Yeah.
if your band only exists, would you rather have a band that exists for a short period of time and is remembered forever as like consistent and they never made a bad record, or would you rather have 5 albums?
I mean, it's like Neil Young said, would you rather burn out or fade away?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and he always said it's better to burn.
Better to burn out.
But he's fading away though. Like he's still, still here. He's still. I heard this thing about Bob Dylan about
The fact that he's still touring. Good God.
he does an interview. You have to look up video and talking about how he sold his soul. Dude, it's fucking wild, man. Some of the stuff he says in this one interview from like 30 years ago. He's saying like I can't stop doing this. Like they like he's very much implying there's something else controlling what he does.
I mean, that could easily be explained away as contractual obligations.
He's like 90 and still touring now. Like without new music. He hasn't stopped touring.
With touring is his addiction.
He hasn't stopped touring since like
They won't let me. The demons won't let me.
I'm getting ready to go see Buddy Guy. Buddy Guy's 87 years old.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah.
87, still out there doing it.
My father-in-law played drums, Buddy Guy.
No shit.
Yeah.
Would you shit, I forget the question. Forget what it was.
Would you rather no.
Yeah, would you want would you want to be able to tour like off of like for example the Stones? They're doing if they toured now, they're doing 90% of things prior to
Yeah.
Like Metallica.
Would I rather tour what?
Would you rather tour like would you want that kind of legacy where you don't have to put out new music but you can continue to tour?
You're playing greatest hits.
Like,
And still doing well touring?
Yeah,
Like the tours aren't dropping off, sure.
yeah, right. Yeah, I guess it does.
But you're also talking to someone who's never been on tour to any degree.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, look at Aerosmith. Aerosmith
So-
has been playing the greatest hits for decades.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the conversation
Yeah.
started with their thing.
So, yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just hoping something cracks, something breaks open. Like we were saying earlier with the whole Nickelback thing. I think there's a rock snobbery of sorts.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, look at Greta Van Fleet. I hate Greta Van Fleet because they sound like Led Zeppelin. Who cares? Led Zeppelin sound like other people too. I mean,
Right. Yeah,
the fact that rock is still getting out there in some facet is what matters.
The thing that got me with Greta Van Fleet was when they put out their second response, it sounded anything like seems like a hard thing to come out the gates, sound like Led Zeppelin and people hating you or loving you for it, and then changing your sound completely.
Do you think maybe the public's comments kind of made them change that?
Could be.
People
Or record companies.
people
But I've got a comparison to that you might not like. I don't like it myself. A band that came out the gate with what they came out with, and then their second album was like, whoa, what? Our beloved Guns N' Roses. Some people shat on the Use Your Illusions albums. Not me. I've loved them.
I'm
Hardcore fan.
Is that especially the illusion? Yeah, it wasn't appetite. We had so much music that was like, well, it still wasn't bad. We weren't set. Like,
And there's definitely favorites of mine off of those records.
yeah. I mean, there's songs on those records that sound more like appetite.
Here's
Yeah.
here's the thing that pisses me off with GNR. I wanted them to get back together for so long because I missed them touring when I was younger.
Same.
So I wanted to go see them live. When they got back together in 2016, I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna
All
go
three of
see
them
them.
there.
Dude, and the fact that there hasn't been any post Chinese democracy new music is bothering
Yeah,
the
we
hell
keep
out of me.
Actually, like I said to you, I don't want a fucking Chinese democracy era song, dude. Like,
I want something with the new
yeah, I
with the
want
current
new-
band.
Yeah, I
There,
want new-
there is. It only came out like a week or two ago. It's called Perhaps.
Yeah,
Well, they said that was
that sounds like
Chinese
Chinese democracy. They said,
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said it was
Oh,
all
okay.
Chinese democracy
Okay.
era. That's
Yeah.
that's why
So
we're
a
saying.
currently written
yeah,
song,
exactly.
not a song that. Okay. Yeah.
Because like we had said before, Slash hasn't put out bad music. No, Slash or Duff.
Duff just put out a new song a week ago.
Really?
Yeah, bear with me for 1 second. Duff has a new solo out.
See, like they're consistent. Like Slash has been consistent, Duff's been consistent. I want to see what the music is like with the three of them.
You know who I know has solo records that I haven't listened to any of, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit it. Izzy.
Me either. I've never really checked.
As far as I know, he's only got the one album. Am I
Really?
right?
One?
Yeah.
It's a juju house.
And that came out like mid-90s.
300 electric tons.
Oh, really? I thought he
believe
came
so.
out with newer materials. Not like newer,
Yeah,
but
no,
like
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm pretty
Huh.
sure he only has the one album.
Yeah, the new song from
Yeah.
Duff is called Long Feather. It came out a week ago.
And what is it? Under loaded or?
It's his solo stuff.
He's got so many things going.
Loaded,
You know, he's got
yeah.
loaded. He's got the Shooter Jennings stuff, right?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
So,
Ready for us?
yes, I'm ready for you guys. If
About the that benefit.
Was nice to meet you. Have a good night.
Sign out, get a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, brother. All right, guys, bringing it back, my boy George Almond. Love the Empire shirt. And Paul, and we're talking about Rust Stock, and we're talking a little bit about the meaning behind it, the bands involved, how people go. Are there pre-tickets to the event, or everything at the door?
Well, I'm gonna let Paul answer all that.
So as far as the event goes, it's Sunday, this coming Sunday, Tom and Jerry's. Doors open 3 o'clock, 4 bands, $10 donation to get in. That's loose, but you
Yeah,
know, they'll be doing raffles and that type of thing.
Good stuff.
Russ is a friend of mine as a teenager. He's around my age, but recently heart problem, couldn't get a transplant, and he passed. Left the kids and an ex-wife and all that stuff. He was a big supporter of the local music scene. He's a big Kiss fan. They tried to get a Kiss tribute, type thing going on. So they had said to me, why don't you come up with a different angle? In which case, he back in the day, he would always Empire Rock Club, the Galaxy, Bonnie's, the Selbach, places like that. So we're doing a little tribute to that.
Gotcha.
There's going to be other bands. Instinct was original band from that era as well. Monte Carlo, Rat Rod,
Monte
Carol.
Carlo, yeah, hell yeah.
They'll both be doing it.
Yeah, that's like all our groups. Like
They're really good.
Rock and Roll Union's been behind those bands for
Yeah.
for a while.
Oddly enough, Joe Mall from Monte Carlo.
Jamal, yeah.
He was my roadie 30 years ago. Ironically enough, I didn't know.
Joe's a good dude.
Yeah, nice guy. And we just recently got back in touch again because it's benefit.
It's a shame when these things happen, but it helps to rekindle some stuff too.
Yeah.
But
And in this case, I was able to pull together because they'd asked me, I'm not in a band that's currently gigging. So I was able to grab a couple friends of mine, from back in the day. The guys that were, George is one of them. Some of the guys who made the traction, Bob Chavis from Tongue and Groove, so we're putting together this little Philly influence, Philly, South Jersey, 40 years ago club scene.
That's awesome.
And doing a little tribute to it.
That's
Which we're going to
great.
be trying it out tonight and then doing a real deal on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
So,
Bro, thank you so much. And
problem.
you said Tom and Jerry's Sunday afternoon. What time?
doors open at 3.
Doors open at 3.
Empire Diaries at 4.
That's
And
awesome.
then every hour is another band.
So
after
you're in Empire Diaries?
Yeah. I was
So-
playing guitar
How long has that band been around?
since they announced this benefit.
Oh wow. You
Yeah,
guys
these
got
are some-
together for this
Yeah,
benefit?
man, you'd be surprised. Yeah.
Now are you guys looking to do anything beyond the benefit?
I guess we'll see what happens. We haven't spoken about anything beyond that yet,
Gotcha.
but you know how it goes.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how tonight goes, and we'll see how Sunday goes, and then we'll do what we can.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you. Good
All
luck to it, brother.
And everybody on Facebook, Rust Festival.
Rust Festival. Nice.
There's a page for it. There's an event for it.
Is there any other way of people donating money?
On that page, there's a ticket link.
Okay.
And even if you can't buy tickets, and you want to donate, just pay for like 4 or 5 tickets online, whatever it is. That money goes directly to the family.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you,
All
brother.
right, thank you.
So there it is, guys. Rust Stock. Make sure that you guys are getting out there. If you can make it, Tom and Jerry's Sunday afternoon. Doors open at 3, $10 to get in. And I'm telling you, that's all rock and roll union bands. If you guys know me at all, talking Monte Carlo, talking Monte Carlo, talking Rat Rod, Instinct. Bringing my boy.
So
George.
I'm gonna get this started. Is there anything you want to film? Check it out. See how
I
it
think
goes.
it's a bring up. I think we're gonna come up for a little bit, and we'll just get a couple of the first bands that are coming.
Okay, cool. You're gonna get some of the featured band.
Uh,
Would you be over by then?
I'm gonna be over by then, unfortunately.
Are we gonna get CT up singing a song?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, but I
we
don't
should
think.
put that on your podcast. What is it? Hard to handle. You can do hard to handle.
Yeah, I can do hard to handle.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get it started. But it's only gonna take me a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna see if we can make it where we can still talk.
Sounds good. So yeah, guys, just so much going on, man. Really excited for everything. And make sure you guys get out here. I'm going to do a little bit of little Matt Strat just walked in the door. A lot of good people here, guys, man. And yes, Lords of Asgard. Lords of Asgard showing up October 7th at Tom and Jerry's. Really excited for them as well. Lords of Asgard are a great band. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is during Kevin Mercer's $1 Zillion Baby show at the Landis, upstairs Denim and Leather will be playing as well. So I'm hoping to make both those, hoping to catch the last set from them. And we'll see where we go from here, guys.
And the feature band, which is the first time I've had a feature band. Empire Diamonds.
We're going to try and move a little closer to the action, guys. Give you guys a little glimpse of the open mic. Guys, we are currently setting up a second camera so we can give you a little glimpse of the open mic. And we're going to be here till
You guys can also observe open mic, but 60 to also still be on the camera as well. So the trailer back. Thank you so much, guys. Sure.
You got music in the soul. No, to rock that world. No, it was not crazy on Sunday. Oh,
All right, guys. Making some audio adjustments here for our man CT. Got our mic on, main max. Okay, we're looking good. Check 1, 2. Change that. That sounds good. All right, all right, all right. We are back. Let you guys enjoy the show for a little bit. We're gonna step away here, and maybe after this segment, maybe me and CT will come back talking a little bit about what I got going on. and I'll do a little interview. But right now, guys, why don't you just enjoy the show? Back up. Shoot.
Story is your God. Take up Josie and Billy the right. One thing men will have to do is do like a they're gonna be playing kids tonight. Sky House is rocking to the all. They told me who to trade bunch of skins. And girls, she got music in her soul. He loves to rock and roll. Those who not trade bunch of skins. With $1,000,000. She got music in her soul. And her story to rock and roll. And the family starts. And crowds all fade away. You find yourself alone. You get scared to play. So you becomes your own thought. And you experience tunes. Find a local music scene. And you search your lower. And someone else and they play your favorite song. And you think say drums begin. But you're and you would not trade 1 second of it all for $1,000,000. You got music in your soul, and you love to rock and roll. 1 second of it all for $1,000,000. You got music, you love to rock and roll. Oh, for $1,000,000. Live in your soul. Your story to rock. Thank you very much. That's 2 stories about it. I don't believe you got one anymore.
How would you like your seat back? You don't look. You guys are listening. My hair has been done, and now I'm really happy. And I was just thinking of Hey, Jay!
Anything you want to. Anything you want to. Opportunity. You want to be a superstar, you might be lying to you. Different control. To want to do with anything. I mean, that you want to. Don't you know the next? Yeah, you can reach for a hundred stars. Whatever you want, whoever you want, cause you
Thing that you want to do. Yeah, you can reach start of the limit. Whatever you want, you and what's not. What you do, thank you.
What you got there?
So after the food fight,
They're right.
awesome.
Yeah, they're right. They're dodging good. I see it now. I'm gonna do bring them on my head. Ow. These are me. They've been around for I'm not moving. I it's just the first minute. He's sharp. Yeah, and we're engagements. I don't argue about it. No, I'm not singing.
You start over.
I didn't realize this was a go. You don't have to think of different. She won't, she won't, she won't be here. She won't be here. On that she can't remember.
Until she saw what is your neighbor with so then you want I should go with my my best friend. She walks me safely in a long black bag. She visits my every night. No, nobody she, nobody knows. She's got joy and eternity. She's still, but she shed flowers. So, tonight, when the cold falls, no longer fair. But she walks me hill in a long street. This is my way. No. All right, thank you. See? Sunrise. Sunrise? No summer. Don't have my cheat dollars. All right, Brian's gonna do one more with here at our band coming. They're called the MFers. So stick around, and then we got what is summer band? It's like emergency 2 minutes. That's it.
And it'll get all around the world. From my whole living room. It's been a while. I can't really hear myself. It's been forever.
Oh, what's that?
Right? There it is. Yes,
Does that mean the replay? Or the-
Motion called for on reading. I've been doing it for a really long time. Somebody tried to scan or review it. And try that. There's people that are believing trashy shit. We're gonna try one have them forever. It's just there. It's been a while since we've had a pitching concert.
Yes,
it is. Messer in the club down in Oxford, where they drink champagne. It's just like Coca-Cola. Yo, when it's Coca-Cola. Off up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked. What she said. Hello, when I'm not alone. I'm not the world's most beautiful guy. The one who treats me bad. Get it from my skin. La 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 la. I'm not dumb, but I can't. And why do you walk like a little dog like a man? La 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 la. La la la. Older like you can alive. Pick me up, let me on the knee. Get me a boy, want to go free. I'm not the world, no magic guy. Look in your eyes, but I almost fell for my Lord. La 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 la. La 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 la. Lord, la 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 la. La 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 la. Was already all you know. I felt beautiful. I got down on my knees. I look at love TV. That's the way that I wanted to stay. I always wanted to be that way for me. La 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 la. Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. This is me without a person felt well, never know. La 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 la. I never only weak fall, and I never ever get the woman before. Close my eyes by the hands, and the boy gonna make you a man. Well, I'm not the world, I'm not you, man. I know what I am, I'm glad I'm the man. So far. La 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 la. Lord, la 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 la. Lola, la 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 la. Lola, la 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 la. You got through it, Fry. Couple little bobbles, but we got through it. Yeah. Like that?
All right, let's hear for Beth. Beth will be back up a little later tonight. And Brian, thank you, Brian, for staying on tonight. All right, we're gonna bring our first band up. We're gonna bring up the MFers. So guys, come on up. And the emergency tune-in is on deck. And then after that, and my first featured band, our favorite Mike coming up, Empire Diaries. And then after that, it's just chaos. Starring this guy right here.
No broadcast.
Still broadcast. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This has been Rock and Roll Union Streamcast. Really excited. Big shout out. Thanks to Frankie Thomas. Big shout out to Getz and the Resonators, to George Almond, and the Railhouse here in Westville, guys. Make sure you get out here. Check out this place, man. Great open mic on Wednesday nights. And I'm telling you, Friday or Sunday, doors open at 3 for Rustock, Monte Carlo, Rat Rod, Instinct, and Empire. You guys don't want to miss that show. And until next time, guys, don't just leave it. Leave it better. Have a great week, everybody.